Sanctum. It's here. Alright. I'm almost there. I even climbed a bit too high. Let's go. Let's see if now Ganon appears.
Link. 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 I'm sorry, but my power isn't strong enough. I can't.
He's like a Terminator. Scorch at the Hyrule Castle, Calamity Ganon. Alright, get dunked on.
Now my moment has finally come. Brace yourself, Ganon, for the sting of my revenge!
Yeah, fire it up!
An opportunity. We will not fail.
Let's go, little guy. Now, open up wide, Ganon!
100 years in the making. Hold on, princess. Our moment has arrived.
Surprise! This doesn't even stun him. Oh no. Alright, well this one is simply doing this was a beauty. Wow. Uh-oh. I missed. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do it, I think. Yeah. I need to do the perfect dodges.
It is my pleasure.
Alright. There we go. Interesting. Looks like Ganon is behind some kind of a machine. With all of the arms and legs. They look pretty much like something made from the ancient technology.
Ganon. Ganon was born out of a dark past. He is a pure embodiment of the ancient evil that is reborn time and time again. He has given up on reincarnation and assumed his pure, enraged form. If set free upon our world, the destruction will be unlike anything ever seen before. I entrust you with the bow of light, a powerful weapon in the face of evil. Link, you may not yet be at a point where you have fully recovered your power, or all of your memories. But courage need not be remembered, for it is never forgotten. attacks will get through his humanity. I will hold the malice back as much as I can, but my power is waning. Attack any glowing points that you see. May you be victorious. I'm holding back the malice.
Oh, there's one.
I'm sorry. I can't hold it.
Okay.
Ganon's power is weakening. Quickly now.
Yep. Alright.
It's working.
Urbosa's fury is ready.
Hurry, Link.
Alright. Is there one more?
Close.
No? This could be the last one.
Link, look up there. That's the very core of Ganon's being. Do what you must, Link.
Okay, there's
Finish him, Link.
leaf. Yep. There we go. nice. Overall, it's a pretty cool game. I really like the exploration part and how there are so many elements in the world and things to do. Interchanging them.
I've been keeping watch over you all this time. I've witnessed your struggles to return to us, as well as your trials in battle. I always thought, no, I always believed that you would find a way to defeat Ganon. I never lost faith in you over these many years. Thank you, Link. The hero of Hyrule. May I ask, do you really remember me?
So, yeah, overall it's pretty nice. Exploration didn't really get boring because there are many different things appearing, like quests, characters, even Koroks, and very small but cool puzzles. I really like also how it combines fighting with solving puzzles too, and shrines, to be honest, and like divine beasts are probably my most enjoyable part of the game. It felt like this game has everything. It's like it took ideas from different kinds of games and combined them into one thing, doing it pretty smoothly. It's one of those games where it's easy to like, spend hours just wandering around. I even had some funny moments where certain places were just on a straight road from one point to another, but I was like going through the hills and mountains and kind of visited everything in the area except those straight road. I think overall it's not super challenging too. There are different tough enemies, particularly Linels, and it was fun to learn how to fight Taluses and Hinoxes in the correct way. So when I first was starting, it was really like dumb or low damage ways, like with bombs. But then I like the trial of the sword. It's pretty well designed, and it doesn't get like too boring. So even if you die in the late stage and have to go through earlier stages, they aren't annoying. Once you know what to do, they can be went through pretty quickly, and it really forces you to learn attacks and fights with specific enemies. But once you do, it's pretty fair. And like you'd get enough weapons, you get some extra food, so it doesn't get like very tedious. I think abundance of food makes this game relatively easy, because even tough fights can be completed while eating lots of dishes. So that's why many fights kind of become boring. Overall, they made a good solution in the expansion, particularly with one hit obliterator and aforementioned Trial of the Sword. You actually have to be good. But yeah, this game made me stay long nights, like almost every day for a couple of weeks, and not many games done that before. And there is just lots of content. I feel like even the shrine puzzles and divine beasts could be like made into their own puzzle game, which would go really well. Then I like the teleporting system. Most of places can be rather easily reached with help of shrines or towers. Yeah, you cannot teleport just to any place, which is has interesting effect, at least for me, that while going to the place I want from some shrine, I would typically find other stuff to do, like ingredients to collect or Korok puzzle to solve, which I think is still good. It's not like you're just going from target A to target B all the time, but you are also like exploring. I think the game encourages that a lot on every step. Yeah, I also like how much love went into characters' design and various tribes' descriptions and history. My favorite is Zora, but all of them are pretty good. In particular, I thought if things played out differently, Link should have went with Mipha, because Zelda was pretty cold on him actually. If you look at those memories that you recover. I don't know, but that story with Mipha was so touching. I actually almost cried. And Koroks are really amazing. I think they're just like funny little things, and the puzzles are pretty simple, but they like add some variety to the game, and also Korok Forest is a good culmination of all of that. Also they're pretty good as check marks on some hills you visited and etc. It really became obsolete in an expansion which added Hero's Path, but before it was a pretty good way to determine if some area is yet to wander around. the end. Yeah, so I completed nearly all of the content, including all the quests, getting all the shrines.
We'll make our way to Zora's domain. Divine Beast Varuta. Looks like it's stopped working. Let's investigate the situation. Miva's father. I believe he would like to hear more about her. The least we can do is visit him and offer him some closure. Although Ganon is gone for now, there is still so much more for us to do, and so many painful memories that we must bear. I believe in my heart that if all of us work together, we can restore Hyrule to its former glory. Perhaps even beyond, but it all must start with us. Let's be off. I can no longer hear the voice inside the sword. I suppose it would make sense if my power had dwindled over the past 100 years. I'm surprised to admit it, but I can accept that.
Cool. So I think that concludes Zelda for me. I could still collect all remaining 600 plus Korok seeds, but that just doesn't seem to be fun and doesn't have any real purpose. Well, I can still expand the inventory a little bit, but doesn't really matter at this point too. I can play in the master mode, but for the kind of a game Zelda is, it's probably not worth it. I already explored a lot of places, and that was a major part of fun. So I already had some challenging fights, mainly in the Trial of the Sword. I already know how to solve the puzzles. So it surely can offer more challenge and make me fight a bit better. On the other hand, I feel like it would not be nearly as fun as the first playthrough, and maybe a bit more tedious. However, if at some point I wanna replay Zelda, I'm gonna give it a shot. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will be streaming something else lately.